You like tacos? You're in the mood for them. We're going to make something a little different. What you're looking at is taco bombs. All the goodness of tacos without having to make all the shells and everything. So let's get our stuff out and make it right now. I think you're going to like this. This is pretty cool. First up, we need a pound of ground beef. Easy enough. Next up, can of diced tomatoes with green chilies, of course. Any brand you want. Our taco shells are going to be pizza dough. Don't worry about that at all. We're also going to need some shredded cheddar and some taco seasoning. If you want to add some onions, maybe some diced jalapenos or peppers, go ahead. Okay, our ground beef into the frying pan. And we're going to let that cook. While we're letting it cook, over to the sink, our tomatoes and green chilies. We're going to let it sit and let some of the liquid drain out. Once we're done with our ground beef, it's time to, well, you know, this is supposed to be lean ground beef. I can't believe the amount of grease that's in there. There was a time when you'd buy lean ground beef and there would be nothing there. At least I wouldn't bother draining it. A couple paper towels later, success. So our diced tomatoes are drained. We're going to throw that into our ground beef mix. Nice and combined. Doesn't have to be perfect. Looks good though, nice and colorful. Next up, throw on our packet of taco seasoning. Yummy. And to that, 3/4 cup of water, as per the taco seasoning packet. And we're just going to mix all this around. And let it simmer for, 5 minutes or so. Now it starts to smell like tacos. Looking pretty good though. Our 5 minutes is up. We're going to move that into a pie dish and over to our counter. Okay, baking sheet with some parchment paper. Let's open up this pizza dough. You could use crescent rolls or even make your own if you really wanted to. I found this one was just going to be easier to work with. So we just have to peel it back onto our baking sheet ever so carefully. This actually unrolls fairly easy. It is a little thick, so I kind of wanted to pull it apart. And stretch it out a little bit. You don't have to do it. It's just something I did. Kind of fill the baking sheet up a little bit. It just seemed like it just needed it. So, there we go. And of course I've got corners that are really sticking out. We'll work with it. So here's our knife. We're going to carefully cut this so that we have 4 sections. Yeah, maybe 5 sections. Well, the idea is we're going to cut it into squares. I hope this is going to work. Well, I know it's going to work. Then we're going to cut the other way. I think I can get 3 going this way. So that should mean I got 15 taco bombs by the time I'm done. But we'll see towards the end. I know I've got enough burger and enough cheese to make it fit. I think we'll be fine. So let's do the first one. We'll carefully peel our square, move a couple things apart. That is 1 tablespoon of our ground beef mixture and a little bit of cheese on top. I didn't put onions in this one. I did on half of them. Now we're going to take each corner and bring it to the middle. Ever so carefully. Sorry for my hands. There. So now the idea is you're going to take the sides, you can see the one side that's open, and we're going to try and pinch them together so that they're sealed. And I'm not the greatest at it. Most of them work though, so I'll give it that. Just be careful you don't make the other side too thin. There you go. So now we're going to flip it upside down so the seams are all at the bottom. And okay, so it's not a perfect circle. We'll work on it. Like I said, the first ones are usually a little rough. And then towards the end, we get her all figured out. So here it is. Tablespoon of burger, some cheese, a pinch of cheese. Then we pinch it all together, fold it up. And hopefully it's a little clearer on the second one. There. Just like that. So now we just got to do all the other ones, little by little. We get to the... I'm starting to get a little better at it now, a little quicker. You just got to make sure you do all the sides. And when I got to the end, I still had dough left over. It wasn't quite big enough to make anything with. So I decided I was just going to stretch it out into pieces and try and make a couple mini taco bombs, which is what I did. There's going to be lots of leftover ground beef. That's okay. We'll find something else to do with it. And let's get it in the oven now. 400 degrees for 15 to 18 minutes-ish. I left it in a little longer to get them brown. And out of the oven, there we go. I put a little bit of cheese on a couple of them to try it out. I think they look pretty good. Now if you want a dip to go with it, you can get a salsa or whatever. I'm sure it'll work just fine. And there is our taco bombs. I'm kind of impressed. Hey, another great recipe. I hope you'll give it a try. Leave me a comment below, one way or the other. Listen, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell because that'll tell you the next time I upload a video. Feel free to share this in any of my other videos. And thanks for stopping by and watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.